Guys, today we're gonna do some tinkering on some rabbits. Yeah, plural. So we have this beast we just picked up, 78 diesel, pretty much the same thing as this one, except this one's an 83, so a little bit different, but pretty close. I mean, this one's got the round headlights, this has square headlights, and some of the wiring and stuff is different, but I mean, they're both 4-doors, they're both the same color coincidentally, and they're both diesels. This one here though, it's got turbo diesel, so we're gonna make it run. I know it looks pretty funky, but it's actually good bones. We have a nice fresh example to look at. So yeah, this is a turbo diesel swap that somebody started and didn't finish. So there's some things that need to be hooked up. It's primarily wiring. We're gonna need to suss out what all these wires are. There's a sensor missing here. You know, just it's an overall mess. The cold start cable's not hooked up, but you know, most of it's here and looks like has potential to run. So we'll see what we can do to get this thing going. First off, let's take this timing cover off and take a look at the timing belt here. Take the boot out of the way. Kind of a hokey filter anyway. They put one 10mm right there. Go figure. There we go. Let's take a peek here. Not bad, not great, but looks like it's good enough to try and get it turned over at least. Get some battery cables in there. Gotta get hit that with a file. Okay, we got glow plug relay or glow plug wire connected. We still need to hook up this is the shutoff solenoid, so I gotta redo this takes a spade terminal. This has a ring terminal for its older version. Gotta fix that. Got our starter wire hooked up. Got some good battery cables hooked up, power and ground. All right, we just have a couple of wires here. This is going to be oil pressure and coolant temp sensors. One of them goes here in this hole. Got a new sensor for that. Got our alternator hooked up, even though there's no belt yet. We're still working on that. This is a factory AC car, and they took the AC compressor out, so this bracket is not right, but we're just going to make it work. We'll have to measure and get a belt for it. I mean, really all we're trying to do right now is just see if it'll fire up, crank over, and start up. So once we know it'll start up, then we can go a step further and get the radiator in. Well, I'm gonna pressure check the radiator, then you know, get some coolant in it, get the coolant hoses all hooked up, and pressure test the system. Yeah, but I don't want to put all that work into it if the motor won't even fire. Well, ran into problem number one. That right there is the old horn bracket. There's the wires for the horn. The problem is this engine originally didn't come with a oil cooler because it's not the right engine for this car. So the problem is yeah, that's not gonna work. So you're gonna have to get rid of that bracket. All right, well, crude yet simple solution. I don't have a cutting tool right now, so we have this oil filter adapter. There we go. Ta-da! We'll put this back on once we can get rid of this bracket and I have access to a cutoff wheel and stuff. So, but for now, this will allow us to at least fire the engine up. All right, here we go. Okay, so battery's hooked up. Got voltage at the glow plug relay. I have voltage at the glow plugs. Our shut-off solenoid has voltage, so that's working. We don't have our fuel filter hooked up yet, but we got our setup wired in here. So let's give it a spray of juice here and just see if it'll fire. Here we go. Cool. Well, answers the question. All right, so now all we need to do is get the fuel hooked up, get some fuel in it, get the belt on the alternator, button up a few things, take care of that bracket. We're on the way. Now that we know that it runs, or at least it'll start up, we need to get some diesel hooked up to it, get the fuel lines connected, get the fuel filter in place. We'll probably have to bleed the lines, and then we'll have to check out the injector pump, make sure the injector pump's working. We at least know the engine fires. I don't want to dump a bunch of time and effort into something if the engine wasn't even going to start. So we also have a few other things like exhaust and things in it, you know, that need to get connected and hooked up. Now we have an exciting little project ready to go. So yeah, follow along. There'll be more episodes on this Diesel Rabbit as we go. Be sure to like and subscribe and keep track of our projects. Thanks.